What's up, my magic miscreants? Risen Dragon here with a fun deck for you today. And today we're looking at a Rektdos build. Yeah, we really went on a Rektdos bender, I guess. Towards the middle part of the Lost Cavern cycle. And definitely with this new set, we've got a bunch of new toys. So let's look and see what this deck is all about. So it revolves around Akul the Unrepentant. Flying and trample for 2 black and 2 red. Sacrifice 3 other creatures. You may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery and only once each turn. So it is a sacrificial type build. And how do we get there? Well, we get there through things like Voldaren Epicure, because when it enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage to each opponent, create a blood token. Same goes with Blood Tithe Harvester to an extent. When it enters the battlefield, create a blood token. Of course, we tap it and sacrifice it, and target creature gets -X till end of turn, where X is twice the number of blood tokens you control, but we can only activate it as a sorcery. Okay, and we have some Gleeful Demolition. Destroy target artifact. If you controlled that artifact, create 3 1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature tokens. Okay, so we get that. But also, too, we have some fun toys to go with it as well. Vraan Executioner Thane. Whenever one or more creatures you control die, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. It only triggers once each turn, but that's okay. Also, too, Callous Sellsword. Now, this is another interesting one, because usually we have the Burn Together, which is target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any other target, and then you sacrifice it. But where we're sacrificing so many things to Akul the Unrepentant, we can actually cast this, and it becomes a big chunky human soldier, and enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each creature that died under your control this turn. Okay, so we have some fun stuff to do with this. Lively Dirge with Spree. What we do is with 1 and a black +1, search your library for a card, put it into your graveyard, and then shuffle, or return up to 2 target creature cards with total mana 4 or less. No, up to 2 creature cards, not target, and that's a key one here, because I think that might get around the Denic. Return up to 2 creature cards with total mana value 4 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. Lord Skitter Sewer King. Whenever another rat enters the battlefield under your control, exile up to 1 target card from an opponent's graveyard, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 black rat creature token with this creature can't block. Okay, so you have some fun toys to go with the Akul the Unrepentant. We are also running 3 Rektdos Joins Up. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever a legendary creature you control dies, Rektdos Joins Up deals damage equal to that creature's power to target opponent. Kind of see where we're going with this. There's just a lot of fun synergies here. Trumpeting Carnosaur, we can discard it to in a red, and it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. It feeds into something like this. Also, we are running Etali. When it enters the battlefield, each player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. You may cast any number of spells from among the non-land cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs, and of course for 9 and a green or a Phyrexian mana, we can transform it. It becomes Etali Primal Sickness. Whenever it deals damage to a player, they get that many poison counters. Fun stuff. Alright, so there's a lot of fun synergies with this. Akul the Unrepentant, we get a bunch of tokens or other creatures onto the battlefield. If we've got one of these in our hands, we can throw it down. Rektdos Joins Up can come down and rescue stuff from the graveyard. Lively Dirge gets us there, so on and so forth. We've got a really fun deck with this. I'm liking it a lot. Hope you do too. And if you like what you see, please like, please subscribe. If you're new to my channel, we do a best of 1 and a best of 3, so you can see how the deck functions in either one of those environments. So without further ado, let's get to the Rektdos games, kids. And we're against Wild Wiz 9 for our best of 1 matchup. They go first. Not much I can do with that one. Much better. Dirge, I can actually kind of put that away. It thinks I gotta take some pain, but oh man, oh no, we don't have to take pain. Are we up against Boros? Maybe? Oh hey, that's fun too. We don't have Akul, nor do we have the still set off. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can't get rid of that. But what we can do is let's put this down. Take care of that. I mean, I guess we could swing, see if they trade. Wishful thinking. Okay. Oh, we have a pretty big board. Okay, there's Warden of the Inner Sky? Interesting. Okay, Vigilance. That's to be expected, I think. Alright, now we're just going aggro. Yeah, sure. So here, let's do this. Create a blood token. Go from there. That down. We don't have anything to exile. It's just... The term is called weenie-rushed. I know that sounds weird, but... Are you gonna take on my Thane? So when a deck inadvertently works, kind of a way you... Techlon Landmark. Interesting. We might need to draw a 2A card. Vigilance. Oh, you go lifelink. Okay. Yeah, that's probably a wise call. Itali, huh? Let's discard this. Okay. Find that. Fun. Let's go for it. Let's just weenie rush him. Yeah, Epicure's fine. I don't care about that. I guess we just go wide with this build. And they've got to have a sweeper, or else they're... Smithy, okay. I think they're dead. Are they just dead? Yeah, they're gonna have to go the lifelink route. And they just swing. Yeah, I don't know if I would have done that, but okay. Sure. I think they're dead no matter what. Okay, yeah, that'll get us there. Let's go to the next. Let's go the best of 3. We're against Curly Squash for our best of 3 matchup. I mean, no. Better. Doesn't really hit our curve very well, but we put a skitter down and good things could happen here. I'm gonna say against mono blue. Really? I just played a mono blue deck. I'm not gonna lie, I just played a mono blue build. And we're terrible against this. This matchup is absolutely dreadful for us. So I'm just gonna swing in with this and go from there. I can just beat them down. Just beat them until they, let's just go. Boom. Let's just do it. Let's try this. What? What is this happy crap? I'm guessing they might be something else here, but... Oh, they're DIMIR. Oh, okay, got it. Now this makes sense. Alright, do you have something here? Yep, essence capture. Fun stuff. Okay. They're DIMIR. So, we're on lethal at the moment. Alright, and they're no longer on lethal. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you're gonna kill one of them? Go for it. And they are running counter magic, so what is this dog's issue? Let's try the spree. Okay, so we put down Akul. Put that back on the battlefield. That's clever, is it not? And they'll kill it with fire. Or go for the throat, one of the two. Or are they just saying, you know what, no mas? Shoot the sheriff, huh? Okay, well, fine. Alright. They can't kill that with shoot the sheriff, because that's non-outlaw. This new outlaw thing. If we get into a gleeful demolition, you can see how this goes off. So, okay. Well, there we go. So they kind of got mana shorted on that one. So, but there is actually. So let's look at the sideboard real quick. We're running Malicious Eclipse, Path of Peril, Brotherhood's End, Vampire's Vengeance, because we are running some vampires or vampire. All right. Because we're running those, that's a fun one to have, and also creating blood tokens. Burn down the house just for more damage. Molten Collapse, killing things. This one's an interesting one. Hidetsugu consumes all. Whenever it deals damage, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and if it deals 10 or more damage to that player, they lose the game. Kind of that fun stuff. So one interaction that I think is kind of cool is this right here. We can actually search our library for a card, put it into the graveyard, and then bring it back. So this can kind of not necessarily get played for free, but this can come in if we've got the Gleeful Demolition down and we've got one of these in our hand, then certainly we can do some fun stuff with it. So let's see if Curly Squash recovered from their mana shorted stuff. Go 2-2 with this build at least today. I'm fine with that. Okay. And again, we find a dirge and we're in not so bad shape. Let's get off to let's kick out the jams. I do want to build a deck with Deserts and Aftermath Analyst. I think that would be a great little combo there. Especially when you bring all those deserts back. Oh, interesting. Okay, you're running a bunch of counter magic. Cool. Try this. Sure. Okay, they did not get mana shorted this time, so Vraan is interesting. Kind of interesting. Okay. Whenever you cast it, you may draw a card. Okay, cool. Ooh, Akul. But I think what we do is this. Swing in. They'll probably block that. Yep, that's fine. We'll do this. We'll do that. Let's ditch in a Tali. Draw a card. Hey, check it out. Now watch. We'll draw into like a lively. So it discards 2 cards. Oh, you're clever. You know what? Let's do that. Sure. Epicure is cool. Can't put anything into our hand, but we can kill it, of course. Chromehost Siege Shark. Skitter's cool too. You can go bye-bye. I'll just swing in with that cool. Now, it really sucks that we had to ditch the Italis, but what else was I gonna do? They're facing a big board. I think we can classify this deck as we got all the pieces. Yeah, they'll kill that. Fine. Whatever. Pile on, sure. Dies. Okay, well, let's see what they do. Fine. Swinging in for lethal, lethal, lethal. Swinging in for lethal, yes we are. So again, file this under... I didn't mean for it to work this way. I mean, it does have some fun tricks, this deck does, but didn't work the way I wanted it to, as advertised, so to speak, but I do think that... I think this is a pretty fun deck to play. So let's go to the post-game analysis, and we'll go from there. Alright, so... you didn't really get to see Akul pop off and in all the other fun interactions that this deck can do. I think we just caught some lucky breaks, and but certainly the pieces are there. I just think that the way that this deck functioned today, we did not get to see this in action, but you can see that you have this card right here, which is incredibly interesting. We did not get to see Rektdos come in, but like I said, this is a very interesting deck to say the least, and there are multiple different ways it can beat you. It is a true Risen Dragon deck, and I'm glad that you joined me today for this particular video. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and as always, my magic miscreants, may you always be on the play, and may all your spells hit the board. Risen Dragon is out. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.